Today I'm going to show you everything you need to do if you are making this style of turban for your work to be very neat and accurate, to be professional. I know that this video is not the first video you will be seeing concerning this style, but I'm very convinced that the details with which I will go, they have not gone that details for you. So I will really appreciate if you stay tuned to this video and follow me to the very end. Do not skip any part of this video, because you don't know when that part that you are so much interested in, when that part that will really help you to get professional will be shown and discussed. Stay tuned. Thank you very much. So welcome to our today's class. Today we are going to be making this turban that you are seeing, and of course I will be showing you everything that you need to do in order for you to make this turban successfully, starting from your material measurement and all the processes that you need to go through to get it right. So stay tuned, follow me, let's begin. Like you are seeing now, so that it will help you to know, you can copy it so that you will know how to measure and cut. Okay, so we are going to first of all start with the base 17 by 17, the cover, which is the turban body 30 by 10, the stripe 4 by 28, the breast tube that we'll be using inside the stripe 1.5 by the length of 28, and then the bow, that is what we use to create all the bow ties, 6 inches into 10 places. So what I mean by 6 by 10 each is that we are going to fold the material. We'll cut 6 inches and sew it. When you sew it, you will get 3 inches. So from that 3 inches, when you fix the 3 inches creloning inside, it will be tight. Okay, and then we will now fold. You will use 10 inches distance to fold it. That's what I mean by 6 by 10. So you fold it with 10 inches distance, and then you create 10 pieces of it. And after that, we are going to go ahead and fix it on the turban. So first of all, we are starting with our base. Remember, the base is 17 by 17. So all we need to do is to pleat the 17, the two different pieces of 17, so that we will get two different base, and then we use it to cross. Most of my clients, they normally love this cross base so much. I don't know why. So mostly you find me making cross base, but assuming you do not want to use a cross base, you will just cut 20. You can cut 20 by 17, and then you pleat it. So by the time you want to add your handle, fold it into two, and then you cut it at 8.5. That 8.5 will be 17 inches, so that it will now allow you to add your handle on it. Because if you do 17 at once, it might have some parts that you are supposed to correct. Because sometimes when my girls are creating pleats, I see that the pleat will be it will be sliding to one side. So except we have excess material like this, we will not be able to correct it. So that's why you need 20. So I am done making the two. I will now go ahead and cross. I make my base in different ways, but for a beginner, I thought of it and I felt if you make it like this, it might be better. So that's why we'll go ahead and make it the way I'm making now. Start by crossing. After crossing, cut off your excess. Remember, this is a damask fabric, in case you want to know the type of material I used. It's a damask. Sometimes when I run into beautiful fabrics in the market, even if I went to market to just buy 1 yard of material, I will end up buying like 20 yards and keep them, because you never can tell when you will need them. All right, so after I join it, I will fold it from the midpoint. You know, a V base, the midpoint is where that V is. All right, and then I will measure 8.5 and cut it. The reason you need to do this one is that your base should not be too much. When your base is too much, it will not lap on the head. Assuming I measure 9.5, it's useless. Or you measure 10, that will be 20. It's too much. So let your base not be too much. The handle that you will add to it will do the work. Like you see me now, I want to add my handle to it. I'm doing this for ease. If you are a beginner, I think the best method you should use is what I am doing now. So after cutting, go ahead and fold your handle. The length of handle I use is 12 inches. I love using 12. When you use 12 inches, it will not be too long, it will not be too short. You know, sometimes when handle is too long, it becomes a problem for your client to tie and tuck in the remaining one. So I like a situation whereby we have something that is moderate, so I work with 12. And then you can use 6 by 12, because 3 will be able to fold perfectly on your pleated base. But if you are not so convinced, you can use 4 by 12. That is, your width should be, I say 4, sorry, you can use 8 by 12. Your width should be 8, your length should be 12. But the choice is still yours. If you decide to go further than 12, you can do 15, but 12 is what I normally use, and it's perfect for my work. So we fix the handle like this. So you can decide to fold in your base and then sew the handle straight, but me, I don't do that. I don't do that because I like to make my handle very thin. So if I want to make it thin, there's no need folding it very straight. So all I do is that when I sew it inward, to just ensure that the very part close to the handle will be neat, I will now come and then fold it as tiny as I want it to be, because I believe that that tiny nature make it look better and more professional. So to do that, I fold the edge this way so that you can hem and that edge will be neat. Do not forget to fold this edge. It has been an habit with my girls that whenever they are making handle, they must forget to fold this edge, and I will always keep talking and talking to correct them. So please do not forget to fold that edge. After that, you see I folded the entire handle into two, and after doing that, I went ahead again and fold it into two again. You know, it's something that an industrial machine can actually top stitch, so it shouldn't be a challenge. Fold it and make it as tiny as possible, and then while you are sewing, sew carefully, because if you are too much in a hurry, you will have your thread cutting, you will have challenges of sewing it easily. But if you sew carefully, your thread will not cut. I don't know, nowadays we buy a lot of thread that once you are sewing with it, they keep cutting on the way. Me, I don't know what's the, what is it, that the quality or whatever, I don't know. But it gives me headache sef. I get stressed up when I work with thread and they just keep cutting and cutting. I mean, it's stressful. So you can see how that handle is, and that's what I will repeat on the second part. So you can see that both handles are ready. So at this point, we will cover it. When you want to cover, you need at least 30 inches for your length, or 28 inches. Don't go below 28, please. So, and then your width, sometimes my width is 10, that is the height, 10. You don't need more than that actually, but if you want to do something more than 10, just do 12. If you are doing anything above 12, you are wasting your fabric, you are wasting it. It's a waste of fabric, I will tell you sincerely. So between 10 and 12 is perfect. This particular one I'm doing, I think is 10, or highest 12. All right, because once it's too deep, it gives you challenge too now. So 10, 12 is perfect. And you can see that while I was sewing, I just pushed in the handle so that I don't top stitch it, and I am done. Do you see it? Then we'll go ahead and close it. When you want to close, you have to have it in mind that it's not a stretchy fabric, and therefore it needs to be able to fit into the head properly. And also you have to consider the fact that some of our clients will carry braids and all of that. They are not carrying what they call it, corn roll, or what they call that weaving, flat weaving now. So most of them will carry braids, carry big weave on. So please cover, close it with 14 inches, 14, so that it can fit properly into the head. And you can see the turban base is ready. All that is left for us to do is for us to design it. Okay, so when we want to design, we are going to start by creating the stripe. I told you before, I gave you the measurement for the stripe, and to do the stripe I would be using breast tube. You know, breast tube is stronger than chest wording. Chest wording is soft, breast tube is strong. So I'll be using breast tube. But then if you feel like working with chest wording, I also believe that is perfect, you can work with chest wording. But for this particular one, I worked with breast tube. And another thing you have to take into consideration is that the height of your tube, your breast tube that you are going to be laying on the turban, should not be too much. If it's too much, your design, your bow design will not fit properly. That's just what is, just from my own observation. You know, I teach you from my own experience. Okay, so do not allow it to be too much. At the initial stage, I cut out 6 pieces of stripes to use, but by the time I was fitting it in, I used only 5. I do not want a situation whereby it will be too lifted and I will not have the final outlook I want to get. So because of that, I did not use more than 5. So but I can sound a warning, you can decide to do your own. All right, that's why we are creators. Okay, so from my own point of view, 5 is okay, but if you want to do above 5, you can go ahead and also do it. After all, there's no harm in trying. All right, so to make the stripe, watch carefully what I did. I cut out 1.5 inch of breast tube, and then I now cut out 4 inches for the material. Okay, this is to allow the material to be able to wrap around the breast tube. So when you do that, when you wrap it around the breast tube, you will not be able to fold your breast tube into 2. You fold the breast tube into 2 as you sew. That's how you sew it, and it will be neat. You can see my thread is giving me problem now. So because of the thickness, you know, breast tube is a little bit strong, and folding it into 2 will make it harder. And as you try to sew, you have to really be careful. If not, this type of thread we have nowadays will start giving you problems. I believe that this problem is peculiar to Nigeria anyway. I don't believe that there are substandard threads all over. Is this country that we drop the standard of the quality of products. I don't know why. Okay, oh, that's by the way. So we sew it, fold it, make sure that as you hem is very neat. Don't allow any roughness to be showing from your what they call it now, your hemming, because your material sometimes might look like is coming out. Make sure you tuck it in properly, and when you do that, you will have a very good result. So this was what I did to get the 6 stripes ready, but remember I said I used 2. You can see the problem I'm having with thread. Okay, so just watch me. If there be anywhere I need to do explanation, I will come back and do that. Please, if you are watching my videos, I have a lot of views but less subscribers. Me, I don't know why. You, what did I do? Let me beg, let me apologize. What did I do? I'm sorry. Please subscribe to my channel. It will help YouTube to recommend these videos that you are watching to other people. Please subscribe to the channel. I have a lot of views, but when it comes to subscribers, it's less. Please subscribe to our channel. It's just a way. Use that one to say thank you. All right, we are producing content, we spend money, we spend time, we put a lot into what we are doing. So just have a way of saying thank you to us by subscribing. Subscribe to every YouTuber whose video you are watching. Please subscribe. just subscribe, and it's a way of appreciating us. When we see subscribers growing, it will encourage us. Do you know why many people, content creators, stop creating content? It's because they don't see good response from the viewers. Please encourage us, please. Thank you very much. So now that I am done, I will start by sewing the one stripe down. If you have the energy of sewing all your stripes down, please go ahead though. Me, I don't have that energy, so what I just do is to simply sew one of the stripes down. I will just sew one down, so that first one I sew down will act as a base to hold the remaining ones for me. And again, it will help me to direct the flow, how I want it to show on my the base. You understand? Remember that when we sew it, it has to be on a moon shape curve, so it's not a flat sewing. So when we sew it like that, you put it on that moon shape curve, not a flat sewing. So with that, when you use this very first one to do it, it's going to help you to give a proper direction to it. All right, so when you are done with sewing the number one, then you can go ahead and use your hot glue to fix the remaining one. Because if you don't do it that way, and one other reason why you have to do it like this is that if there is any challenge or any error, the error is the right word, with what you have done, you can just lose it and correct it. I am using this one to sound the warning that please do not start with glue. Do not go and use hot glue to start placing your stripes. So I did not teach you that one. If you do that one, you are not my student. Please make sure you use your hand needle and thread to fix the first one, and when you are done, you can go ahead and fix the remaining one using your hot glue. So we are done fixing the first one. Oh, look at it. We have been able to determine and make a very defined statement with how we want it to look at the beginning. That is how the base should flow. Because I find out that if your base is not flowing properly, you will not have a good delivery. No matter how much time you spend creating your product, you will not have a good delivery. So please ensure that you take spend a little, use your patience, spend a little bit of your time to give your product a good finishing. It will advertise you. Your product will advertise you when you spend time to do it, and especially when you do it right. All right, so from this point, I'm going to start gluing it. So I'll go ahead and glue the remaining four. Remember I said I used just five. I don't want it to be too high. So while I was fixing, I saw that five stripes were good to go, so there was no need fixing the sixth one. Okay, so we just fix, and when we are done, we are going to create the bow, attach the bow, and then you will see the very good finishing. Please, I want to encourage you to watch this video to the end. Do not skip. Yes, don't skip. Watch this video to the very end. You will see all the details that you need to see. You are going to pick some secrets that ordinarily you do not know about before. So please watch it to the very end. I want to use this medium to say a very big thank you to all those that have spent their time to go through the channel membership process to support me. Remember I said joining this channel membership is a way of giving me support. All right, it's a way of sponsoring our channel with just as little as possible. Go through it, click on the join button, you will see what you need to do to support us. It's a way of supporting us. All right, just support us. We are trying to reach out to so many people, but you know, sometimes we can be limited with resources, but with your support we can do better. Join me to support the people we are supporting all over the world from Creative Ends International. Remember, our main goal is to help people to be self-employed. That is a kind of empowerment. That's why I do what I do. I know a lot of people that go ahead to hide the secret of what they are doing. But then I want to bring it to those people that are willing to learn. Why will somebody be willing to learn and then you will restrict the person? So that's why we are doing what we are doing. Actually, it's not like I cannot stay in my closet and do my business, advertise on Instagram and all form of social media platforms and sell my product without helping people. But I also want to give a hand of help to other people to help them grow. You can join me in this venture by joining my channel membership, because it's going to help me to be able to get all the resources I needed to get and bring more videos to help people. And as well, it will also help in supporting you as well. So thank you very much for all that you've done. I'm using this medium to thank all my channel members. I'm not taking you for granted. I love you so much. Thank you for keying into my vision. Thank you for keying into my dream. To the very first person that subscribed to my channel membership, the person of Patient Akpan, I will never forget this name. Thank you. Ha! Thank you very much. Thank you. Make I not go talk too much una come vex. Eh? Thank you.